Hello and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to do the last of the 3 videos about the wiring for the gauges. On this one, we're going to do the 912 5 gauge car. So it's a little bit different than the 911 car, which also has 5 gauges. The 2 of the gauges are different. So the way they wire up is a little different. It uses the same wires, but they wire in a little different. So we'll go over that in this video. So thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Here we have the 5 gauges that are in the 912. So starting from, well, if you're sitting in this seat, it would be from right to left. So it's the clock, the speedometer, the tachometer, the temp gauge, which has got some idiot lights on it, and then the tank gauge, which also has some idiot lights on it. So we'll go over that here in just a minute. We'll start with the clock. Here we have the clock. Very straightforward. You got 3 things you need to worry about. The first one we'll start off here is the bulb for the actual clock, so that you the dash light, and then you're going to get you're going to put the black that's coming out of the harness with the white with green wire that's just by itself coming out of the main harness. So the black will go to the center pin right here that's on the white housing of the clock, and then your ground tab is right here. So you'll put the very first of the daisy chain ground on the 5 gauge ground wire. So it'll go right there. So that's what the clock looks like. Very straightforward. So just 3 connections to review. You've got your dash light, which is a black with blue. It's the very last bulb that's on the 7 bulb 5 gauge dash light harness. Then you get your black that comes out of the harness with the white with green, and then you get the very first ground on the daisy chain ground. Next comes the speedometer. So it's got a few different connections. These 2 holes right here are for the actual dash lights. So we'll bring in our sub harness for that. Go ahead and put those in. So this one would be going over to the clock that we did a second ago. Then you've got this bulb right here, which is for your parking light indicator bulb, and it comes out of the harness with the black that went to the clock. So it'll go right here, like so, and then the black would go over to the clock to get power to it. And then the ground, there's a bracket that holds this gauge into the dash. And on that bracket, it's a U-shaped bracket, and I'll put a picture of it right now. On that bracket, you'll see that there is a grounding tab that sticks up, so the grounding sub-harness can go to that. So you would go to the second over on the 5 gauge grounding harness. So the second one would go there. This one would go over to the clock. So that's how that would work. So to review, we've got 2 dash lights. They're the black with blue. And then you've got the white with the green that goes to your parking light indicator. And then you've got the bracket for the ground. Now we have the speedometer. So starting with it, we've got the turn signals. We've got 2 dash lights right here. We've got the plastic piece that's got the connections for the tachometer. We'll go over that. And then on the bottom, you've got a bulb that is your high beam indicator. Starting the wiring on this guy, we're going to start with the turn signals. So this is your right turn signal. It gets a black with green wire. So we're going to go ahead and put it on one spade. So this, like I said, these are double spade bulbs. I'll explain why here in a second. Then the other one gets a black with white. So you've got your right turn signal with your black with green, and your left turn signal with your black and white. Then the other spade is for this blue with white. So it's got a little horseshoe or a little U-shaped pigtail on it. And the reason for that is that this is for your hazard lights. So they go on to the other spade on the turn signals, so that when you pull your hazard light switch, the 2 turn signals blink in unison. Okay, then we're going to start go down to the very bottom, and we've got a white with a blue, and it goes to that bulb at the bottom for your high beam indicator. And then you've got on this plastic piece down here, you've got a 12, then you've got a 1, and then you've got a negative. I know you can't see it, but it is marked on there. So the 12 gets the blue with yellow, the first connection on that daisy chain. And then the number 1 gets the black with violet, and that is the signal from the coil to tell the tach what it needs to do. And then the negative comes into from the grounding harness, and it goes right there. So it would be the third grounding point on the harness. The other two go into the other two gauges. And then you need to bring in your dash light sub-harness, and it would go into these two holes right here so that you get dash lights. Okay, so that's what that's starting to look like. Just to review that, to go over it one more time, let's get that out of there. Try to make it a little cleaner. So turn signals up here. The right gets the black with green, the left gets the black with white. Then the other spade gets the blue with white, and it gets its little loop and goes to the other one. Then you've got your dash lights that are the black with blue. And then on the plastic piece, the very first one over here, the 12, gets the blue with yellow. And then the 1 gets the black with violet. And then the negative gets the ground. And then the bulb at the bottom gets the white with the blue tracer. And that's for your high beam indicator. Next up we have the temp gauge. So there's the front, flip it over. There's the rear, so we've got the actual temp gauge at the top and then the lights. So we'll go about hooking that up. On this one, the first thing I'm going to hook up is the actual dash light. So it goes in this hole right here. So we'll put it in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and hook up the ground part. So it would go right here. So it's ground tab. So you get that in there. And then you want to hook up the actual gauge itself. So G is going to be the green with black for the temperature setting unit. So we'll hook it there. It goes to the G. And then you've got 3 lights on this gauge. So starting here, you've got your charge right here. Then you got your handbrake. And then you've got your oil pressure. So we'll do the handbrake first. It's the green with white. So it goes to that light. And then we will do the charge. It's the blue. It goes right there. All right. And then the old debate on the 912, should the pressure be the green with red or should it be the green? So the green with red was originally, or is designed for the 911, which the pressure sending unit is at the back of the motor, but on the 912, the pressure sending unit is on the front. And if you look at the harness back there, this comes out towards the back of the compartment. This comes out up actually beside this green with black. So the pressure sending unit on a 912 is right near the temperature sending unit. So you can use the green. The wiring diagram shows the green with red, but I prefer to use the green. So it's going to go over here. All right. So now you've got all of your pieces wired in except for the power to everything. So and that's going to be your blue with yellow. So you're going to start to take these guys and put them on the opposite side of the 2 prongs on the lights. So there's one there. There's one there. There's one there. And then you have to put one to the positive side up on the actual gauge itself, or on the readout on the gauge. So that's what it's going to end up looking like. So just to go over that again, you've got your green with black going to the G. You've got your ground going to the ground pole. You've got your light, the black with blue, going to this middle hole. And then you've got these 3 double light, or double spade bulbs. So this one over here is the blue for the charge, brown with white for the handbrake, and then green or green with red for the pressure. All right. And then you've got your power to all that. So you've got the blue with yellow. So blue with yellow to the positive up here, blue with yellow here, blue with yellow here, blue with yellow here. And that's it. And then we have the tank level on the 5-gauge 912. So let's take a look at that. So you've got the dash bulb that goes right here. Okay, some of that out of the way. Then you've got the ground that's going to go on either one of these. You got two, well, we'll actually use both of them on this one. So you can put this one on this one. Doesn't matter which one it goes on, but you can put it there on the bottom one. Then you're going to have the actual sending unit from the front harness that's going to go to the gauge. So you've got the green that goes to the G. Okay, and then you got the brown that can go to the other brown tab, or ground tab, not brown. And then you've got the black that's going to go to the dual spade bulb down here at the bottom. And then last, we've got to get power to the gauge. So we're going to take our blue with yellow. I'm going to put it on the positive over here. And then the bulb has to get power for the low fuel indicator. And there you go. So once again, to review it, you've got, let's just start off with these coming from the sending unit. So the green goes to the G, the brown goes to the grounding tab, the black goes to one of the spades on the bottom bulb. And then you've got your dash light itself, the black with blue going in that hole for the bulb. And then you've got the ground that grounds to the chassis for the whole gauge, goes right there. And then last but not least, you've got the power to the gauges in the bulb, which is the blue with yellow going to the positive up here and then to the other spade on the bulb. There you go. So thanks for tuning in. Watch for additional videos coming soon. So I hope this helps you. Thank you.